Hey YouTube, it is Easy Prepper 101, and today Vaunt sent me their 2-pack LED camping lanterns. As you can see, they're collapsible with the handles here, and when we zoom in on the camera, they're collapsible and lightweight. They're built with military grade materials, super bright LED, and also has 360 illumination. So when we actually flip up here and we'll zoom in, will kind of give us the specifications of the lanterns. So the light source is 30 LEDs, lumens is 140 LM, the weight is 8.36 ounces, and it takes 3 AA batteries. As you can see with the dimensions, with collapse with the handles down, it's 4.8 inches by 3.40 inches. Extended with the handles down is 7.20 inches by 3.4 inches. Then with extended with the handles up, it's 10 inches by 3.40 inches. So definitely gives you the dimensions of all the different what you can kind of do with this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open this up. All right, guys, we're going to open the box. Definitely good packaging here. It's nice as looks like they're giving you the batteries that you're going to need for each of the lanterns in there. So we'll pull these out. So it's nice, 2 packs of batteries, 1 for each. And then kind of like with the bicycle, it kind of gives you a kind of a little thank you, and also how to install and how to use the lanterns in that. So pretty simple. So we're going to just pull this out. And it's real nice that they give you the AA batteries, because some lanterns, when you buy them, they don't give you any of the batteries, so then you have to go out and buy them. So I think when a company gives you the batteries, I think it's definitely a nice little plus that they do for you. So then when it's compact, then you raise it up. Definitely bright with all the, like I said, it has 30 LEDs, and you can do different sizes for the kind of light you want to have. Definitely, it'd be good for camping, so you can hang stuff on. My first impression, this is very good, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to compare this to some other lanterns that I actually have a kit that I made to kind of see how this compares to the other ones. With the Vaunt lantern here, you get 2 of them for $17.99, which breaks them down to $8.99 for 1 lantern. But you're getting 2 with the 2-pack. Also with the discount code, which will display on the screen. If not, it will be in the description. You will get it for $16.19, which actually makes them $8.08 per lantern, which is really cheap. So when the one thing I kind of like about these is they're definitely bright with the 30 LEDs, and this actually will last for 30 hours with the 3 AA batteries. So which is very good, so you at least know in 30 hours you're going to at least need to change the battery out for this. Then we're going to compare this to 2 other lanterns that I actually have, which is actually in my emergency case, just to kind of give you my thoughts of this lantern. This is the Bell and Howell lantern. For one of these, it is $14.50, and it's very similar, but with the LEDs. And the one thing that this one has that the Vaunt does not have, it has the magnets and the hook that you possibly would maybe use during camping. So that's one little thing, but in reality of camping and stuff, these, it's hit or miss if you're going to really need to have these or not. But there's a difference in the price point. This is actually going to be a better option for the pricing of that. And we're also going to be doing a comparison with all 3 lanterns, what they're on in the dark. So then we have the last one here, the Cascade Mountain Tech. And this one kind of has the same bottom as the Vaunt one. So, but this one has you have to push the button here to turn it on. So when you turn that on, that's the high. And then it has other modes too. That's low, there's red, flashing, and so it has a few different modes. And this one for a 3-pack that you would get is $34.44, which breaks out to $11.48. So when you think about it, this with my discount code is going to be $8.08 per one, versus this is $14.50, and this one is $11.48. So in the long run, if you're maybe money's a little tight, you can get this 2-pack, which is going to be cheaper for you in the long run. And now what we're going to do is we're going to turn the lights off, and we're going to show you how each of them perform in the dark, so we can kind of give you our thoughts. All right, guys, right now we're going to shut this little light we have on here to see how bright the Vaunt LED lantern is. So when you kind of extend it, you're definitely going to just pull up, and you can definitely see it's putting some bright out. And just the way it is right now, you're probably getting, just from it shooting out, probably around almost a good 5 feet. And then the higher you get, the more it definitely lightens up the room that you're going to be in. And I'm really digging the individual LEDs that this has. So if you're trying to search the bottom, it kind of gives you like a little path for the look. If you're looking kind of like a little beam of, I definitely like that. So definitely very bright, crystal clear and stuff. So you can definitely see, definitely shines out to definitely, probably around 5 feet. And this is my opinion of what you'd be able to use and see. And like I said in the description, this can go for about 30 hours just on the 3 AA batteries. But very happy with the brightness of this, because if you're camping and you're in the middle of the forest or wherever you're at, and if you're doing especially primitive camping, there's no lights, there's no nothing. So you definitely want something that's going to be to light everything up around you, and to show, make sure that you can let people know that, hey, there is someone here. So I'm really liking the way Vaunt did with their lantern. All right, now we have the Cascade lantern here, and this one is different. It has the button on the front, so we're going to turn this on. So the higher you pull it up, the more light you're going to get out of this. This one, I think, is probably around the same, of close to maybe 5 feet, but and this is the high setting, so the brightness isn't as much as what the Vaunt did. So there's one comparison right there from this lantern right here. Yeah, you have the different modes of, there's low, and when you do the low, that probably cuts everything down in half, and then you have the red, and then the strobe red. So I really think, with the Cascade one here, it's a good lantern, but it's not as bright. And so when you're searching, versus the Vaunt, the way, if you were doing it by hand like this, the Vaunt kind of really opened up the entire, like this wood floor that I'm using here. So you really could see everything. This one, it kind of limited to the space towards the top of the lantern, which would be over here. It's a lot more darker than would it be with the Vaunt. And it's the same thing to the very bottom. It's a little more darker over here, but where the Vaunt opened everything up. So definitely the Vaunt has that advantage right there with this, the Cascade lantern. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the very last one. All right, so now this is the Bell and Howell, and the one difference for this one that this has versus the Vaunt did not have was the magnets and the hook. This definitely, when you pop this open, it definitely has LED lights, and it's definitely popping. It's definitely doing that. I think this one compared to the Vaunt is pretty close. I think it's maybe by razor edge. I think the Vaunt has it for the brightness, for the setting that we're in right now. Definitely when you go back to holding it for searching, it goes back to what the other one has. You have almost a single, like a lane, that's your main focal point of looking at it, versus the Vaunt definitely spread it out, because when you go to the top and to the bottom, if you do see my hands, it's a lot more darker than it was with the Vaunt. So all in all, I'm really leaning towards the Vaunt as of right now. So we're going to do one more test with all of them up to kind of show you how they all compete with each other when they're on. All right, to show you what we have here, this one right here is the Vaunt, this is the Bell and Howell, and this is the Cascade Mountain. So the one thing I'm definitely going to say that the Cascade is a nice to have. It kind of has like with the tinted light in a way is, you know, it doesn't push out the light that you would have versus the Bell and Howell and the Vaunt. So this one, I really like this lantern, but out of all three, I would have to kind of rank it as third place. It definitely, you know, it has the same bottom as the Vaunt, but the really only difference it has is you have the different versions of low, medium, and high and flashing. So the Cascade, it's a very good one, but I think when you kind of compare between the Bell and Howell and the Vaunt, this one definitely, you know, is kind of like, in my opinion, it's third place. Now, when you get to the Vaunt and you get to the Bell and Howell, there's a few little differences that I really like, that I really am digging the Vaunt versus the Bell and Howell. The first thing is, this is more of a cool, like a sensation like of a light that you can have out there. For this one is more of like a yellowy light that you would have on the flashlight. So if you kind of turn it, you almost see the yellow in a way. Versus when you kind of turn this here, it's a lot more like a bright, cool, like it's like a flashlight almost. So there's almost like they're trying to make this one like a little bit more warming in a sensation. That's just my opinion of it. But I think in the end, the Bell and Howell, it's a good lantern. I like it, you know, but I think in the end, I really like the Vaunt, and that's my opinion. The one thing I think it would be great if Vaunt would come out with, if they would put the magnets that the Bell and Howell have with the S hook onto theirs, because I think it would make this one really a more dynamic lantern to really do everything, because with having all the LEDs out and open, it really brightens everything up. And that's the one thing I'm really liking the Vaunt lantern that they have. And you know, they sent this to me and they said to do a review, and to be honest, and I'm being 100% honest, that this lantern is probably by far, out of the lanterns I have, that is probably the best. And I would definitely recommend picking these up, especially for the price point that they're selling this for, and especially if you use the coupon code, what you can get, you know, to make it cheaper for you. So we're going to turn the lights back on. We're going to kind of wrap this up for you real quick. All right, guys, all in all, the Vaunt, the 2-pack that you get, I think is a fantastic deal, especially for the price point of the $17.99. But if you use the code that is on the screen or in the description, it breaks it down to $16.19 for the 2-pack that you get, and it comes with the AA batteries for each of these. So all in all, I'm definitely a fan of Vaunt. This is going to be going in my emergency kit, and I'm actually going to be pulling a few of them out that I don't, you know, that to replace them with the Vaunt. I really think the Bell and Howell lantern is a good deal, but the only really difference between them is that the Bell and Howell has the magnets and the S hook, and that's going to based on what you're going to be using it for. If you're going to be using it for a lot of connecting to the magnet, then you might want to go that route. But I think in the end, not having the magnets, because if you're using these in like a wilderness or you're camping, magnets aren't going to help you. The only thing that might help you is the S hook. But in reality, you're still going to use the handles to maybe tie it off to a tree or hang it on a tree branch. So, but your value you're going to get is with the Vaunt LEDs lanterns. They're not paying me. They shipped these to me. They asked me to give my total honest opinion, and I'm a very big fan of their lanterns. I'm very impressed with what they have, because the other lanterns that I showed you I really like them, but I think I'm going to be replacing the lanterns that I have with the Vaunt ones that I have here. So all in all, I'm very happy with these, and I'm glad, you know, they reached out to me to have me to do this review. So if you're interested in these, go in the description, click on the Amazon link, and then make sure you use the code for that will be on the screen or in the description, so you can get that discount deal to save it. All right, guys, if you guys have any concerns or questions about that, please go to the comment section below. Let me know if you guys have heard of Vaunt and their lanterns, or if you've had them. Definitely would like to know. And if you can, hit the like button. And if you haven't, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much, and we will catch you guys down the road.